Hello Summate, how you doing? Welcome to today's tutorial. In this video I'll be showing you how to draft and cut a 6 pieces bustier blouse with front zipper. You heard me right. So I'll be making use of this Ankara. Is a big Ankara, 100% cotton. Then I'll be making use of cotton lining as well, Airstay and Warden. So let's go straight into the video. So this is my starting point line, but on this side I'll be marking my zip allowance, which is going to be 1.5. Then I'll come here as well and mark 1.5. Then I'll be connecting the 2 points together. So this is, so you can see very well, this is my zip allowance. Allowance, this is a C allowance. So this I'll be folding it this way. So for you to see it well, so here now, from here I'll be marking my client's shoulder measurements. Our shoulder measurement is 8 inches. Then I'll be marking her vertical measurements now. From this, from my starting point line, our bust point is 10.5. Our under bust is 14. Waist measurement is 17. The top length is 24. So here it is. Then I'm going to come this way and take the same measurements, 10.5, 14 for under bust, 17 for waist. Then the blouse length is 24. So I'll be connecting the points. So from here, from the bust point, I'll be coming up by 2 inches for the chest line. Okay, then I'll be marking the shoulder measurements here as well. This is it. Like that. Then I'll be connecting these 2 points together as well. So this is what we have here. Here I'll be marking 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then for the neck width, I'll be working with is 3.5. So from here to here, I'll be connecting the 2 points together like that. So here to here, I need to find the midpoint. So we have 7.5 here. If you divide it into 2, you have 3.75. So this is it here. Then from this point, you're going to come in by 0.75 here. Then for the bust measurement, a bust is 42 divided by 4, we'll have 10.5. So I'll come this way, then mark 10.5. Then I'm going to be using my French curve to connect this point, and this point together. So like so. Then the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be finding the midpoint of this curve. What I have there is 10. Okay, so I'll be marking at 5. So I'm just going to come this way. Here is the 5, so we'll leave that there. Here our nipple to nipple measurement is 8.5, so we'll be working with 4.2. So I'm going to be marking 4.2. Then I'll come here as well and mark same 4.2 here, like that. Then I'm going to connect the 2 points. Like that. So the next thing I'll be doing is the underbust tightening and the waist tightening. That's what I'll be working on right now. So from here to here, I'm going to be measuring 2 inches inward. Then I'll come here as well, mark 2 inches. Then here too, I mark 2 inches. Then here I'll be marking ½ inch. Then I'll connect the points together. So that is it. Here from the bust point, I'll come down by ½ inch. Then I'll come up by ½ inch as well. So here I'll be connecting it to this place, and here also to this side. So that is it. Then from this point here, the first thing I'll be doing is to get these points here. I'll connect it directly to my bust points here. Directly to my bust points. That is it. Then here I'll be coming up by ½ inch. This point. Then here I'll be marking ½ inch on both sides. So I'll be joining it to this point. This my cover is having issue. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smoothen this area out. So then here so these points like this, I'll be cutting those parts out. Then here you come up by 1 inch. And why we are coming up by 1 inch is because of this point. You know, we've removed 1 inch from here, so we'll add it back here. So now my new armhole cut for this side is going to be from this point to this point. So I'm just going to connect the two like this. So this is the new point here. So the next thing is to be imputing my horizontal measurement. So for the bust point, we already have 42, which we measure 10.5 out here. So now we're going to come this way. So what I want to do is I'll be marking 2 inches here as well. Then I'll connect this point like so. Now because of this point, that's why I have to do that. So I'll measure what I have here. What do I have here? From this point here, I have ½ inch, so I'll be adding ½ inch. So I added ½ inch like that. So for our waist now, our waist is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inches. So I'm going to come here and mark 9, then the 2.5 here as well. So for the hip area, the upper hip is 38. It's 38, so divided by 4 will have 9.5. So I'm just going to come here, mark 9.5 here, then the 2.5 like so, making 12. So I'll be connecting the points together. The next thing I'll be working on is the neck area. So for the neck depth, I'll be working with 6.5. 6.5. Then I'm going to connect this point to this point. So like that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be adding 0.5 all around this way, 0.5 there. I'll be adding 0.5 here. The damper here, let me add 1 inch. I'll be adding 1 inch, 1 inch, 0.5, 0.5. Then here, the same allowance I'm working with is 1.5. 1.5. Here too is 1.5. Then 1.5. So I'm just going to connect. So this is the sewing allowance for the side. So here, you know, it's a 6 pieces dress. So on this side here, let me extend this line. Let me extend this line. Here, I'll be adding 3 inches. So I'll be connecting it to this point with a straight line. So we connect it to the waistline. So that is it. Then from this point, you come up by 1 inch. So this is what we have here. So before I will cut, I want to do zip tightening on the waist. So this is the waistline. I'm going to be coming in by 0.75. Like this. So I'll be connecting, hold on, so I'll be connecting this to this place. Then here to this point. So any point you feel like stopping at, So that is it. So the first thing I'll be doing is I'll be cutting off this. Then this will go in. So for the extension I'll be having here, I'll be using 2 inches. So here I have 2 on this point now, so I'll be connecting this to this. So here you can see I've added extra paper to this side, so I'm just going to measure 2 inches this way, then I'll connect it to the waistline. So here it is. So that is it. So let me set this aside so we can cut the back panel. Here, this is my starting point line. Our shoulder measurement is 16 inches. So we'll come here, then mark 8. By the time you divide 16 by 2, it will give you 8 inches. So the next thing we'll be marking is the bust point, which is 10.5, and waist measurement, which is 17. The front blouse length, which is 24. Then the full blouse length for the back, which is going to be 27. So I'll come here and mark the same thing. 10.5, 17, 24, then 27. Then I'll be connecting the points together. So this is it. Then here I'll be coming up by 2 inches, like we did for the front. Come up by 2 inches. Then we'll connect the points together to get our chest line. Then I'll be marking the 8 inches for the shoulder measurement here as well. Then I'll connect the points together. That is it. Then I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then for the neck width is 3.5. Then I'm connecting this point to this point. Like that. Then for this point we have 7.5 for the armhole depth. Then we'll need 3.75. when you divide it into 2, that's 3.75. Then here you come in by ½ inch. Remember for the front pattern, we came in by 1 inch, but here we're coming in by ½ inch. So here for the bust measurement divided by 4, 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5. So we'll come here, mark 10.5, then connect the points together. So this is it. So what I'm going to be doing is, for the back panel too, I'm just going to be using the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4.2, but here I'll just use 4. I will not use 4.2 this time around. I will use 4. Like that. On the waistline here, this waist I'll be taking in half inch on the waist here, half inch here, half inch here. So from this waistline I'm going to come up by 5. This is it. Then I'm going to be coming down by 5 inches as well. So I'll be connecting this to this. So that is it. Then for the back panel, it's not a princess dart, it's a shoulder dart. So what do we have here? From this point, I'm going to be coming outward by 1 inch like this. Then from here, I'll connect to this point. Half inch upward, sorry. I'm going to come up by half inch. So I'm just going to use something slightly curvy. Like that. So now for the waist measurement, our waist is 36 divided by 4 will give us 9. So I'm going to come here and mark 9 inches. Then from here, the 1 inch I'll be cutting off here, I'll be adding it to it. This is it. Then for the hip, 38 divided by 4, the upper hip, 38 divided by 4, we have 9.5. We have 9.5 here. Sewing allowance of 1.5 inches, yes, for the sewing allowance. Then here too, 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. Here too, I'll be adding 1.5 for the sewing allowance. Then I'll be adding 3 inches. So what do we have here? We have 14.2. So for the hip measurements, our hip is 42 divided by 4, we have 10.5. So I'm going to come here, mark 10.5. For the sewing allowance of 1.5, here it is. Then 3 inches. I'm just going to come like this. So we have something like this. Remember here, we come up by 1 inch. So here then, then for the neck depth we're working with is 1 inch. But let me do 1.5 neck depth. So here we have 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. This will be on fold. Then here you add 1 inch. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be cutting this out. Then the next thing I'll be doing is to be adding. So here I'll be using 2 inches. Then connecting it to the waistline here. Oh no, here let me use 2.5. So I changed it to 2.5. So this is what I have here. So here I'll be measuring 2.5 also. So this is what we have. So these are all the pieces that I'll be using. So the next thing is to cut them out on the fabric. So now I'll be cutting the skirts. Here we have the back panel, then the front panel. This is my first starting point line. So from here I measured 2 inches downward to have this. So this is my next starting point line. This place is going to be for the band. So from this my starting point line here, I measured 39 inches. That is the skirt length. I measured 39 inches down to this place, and here I have it. I had already marked it, so I ruled it. So here is the skirt length. So from here now I'm going to be folding this place. I'm going to be folding it in like this, because this is how it's going to be too. So this is it. Then this lower part too, the remaining one I'm going to be folding it in as well, so that the lining is going to be smaller than the main fabric. So I'm just going to go this way, depending on the amount of fabric your main fabric you want to be inside. So it depends on you. So as for me, even if I cut it short, it won't be of use to me. So let me just use everything. So here we have it. So this is what I'm working with. So this is the length I'm working with for the skirt. All right. So from here I'm going to be marking the waist measurement. So our waist is 36 inches divided by 4 is going to give us 9. So from here, not from here, from here, this is going to be the zip allowance. From here I'm going to mark 9. This is 9. Then sewing allowance of 1 inch. This is it. Then from here I'll be coming down by 9 inches. So here is the hip line. So our hip is 44, making 11 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So here we have it. So this original hip, which is 11, we're going to remove 2 inches from it, making 9. Then you add 1 inch to it, making 10. So here now, at the end here, I'm going to come here and mark 10 inches. So I'll be connecting this point to this point. Then here to here. So that is it. So here, this zip area, I'm going to be marking the hip line on this zip area. This is it. Then from here, I'll be coming down by 5 inches. The zip allowance I want to use is 1.5. 1.5, I'll mark it here. Here I'll be marking 1 inch from here. This is 1 inch. Here is 1.5. Then here I'll be marking 0.75. 0.75 here, and that is what I'll mark. See, I get to this place. So I'm going to be connecting this to this point. This is it. Then from here, I'll connect to this point. So this is the shape we have here. You can use 1/2 inch as well, depending on how tight your client wants it to be. You can try to use 1/2 inch from here to that place. It depends on your client, but for my clients, I'll just be using 0.75. All right, so now I will cut it out. So don't forget to mark your hip line. This part too, notch like this, then you notch like this as well. So then your hip line, don't forget to notch it. Then I've just trimmed this off. So I'm just going to fold this. So for the lining of the front panel, I'm going to be marking my starting point line here. Do not we measure the 2 inches here, but we won't be using the whole 2 inches. So we'll make sure this falls on 1.5, this line that we are saying here. So if I measure from this point here, yes, this is 1.5. Now let me just use this picture. This is 1.5 here. Then from here to, we have 1.5 there. So this is it. So I'm going to move it. I think it's too much. Let me just pick the lining. Let me readjust the lining again. This is it. Then here, I hope you can see it on this part too. This is where this one stops at. This stops here. So I'm going to be coming from here I'll be coming down by 1 inch from where the Ankara stops at. Yeah, I come down by 1 inch, making sure it touches the lining. Then here also come down by 1 inch. Then I'll fold this like this, then connect these points. So that is it. Then the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be cutting it out. Then here too. So this is it. Then don't forget to notch your hip line. So I'm going to set this aside. So here also I'm going to be marking my starting point line. So this is my starting point line. So the same process for the front panel. I'll come here, mark 1.5, come here as well, mark 1.5, then I'll place it on the line. So like that. Then here I'm going to be marking 1 inch from where this Ankara stops at here. I mark 1 inch here, then here as well 1 inch, fold it over, then connect the 2 points together like so. The next thing is to trim this part, to cut it. So I'm done with the lining of the skirt. So we are done with the skirts. Now we are done with the skirts. Then I'm going to take everything to my sewing machine and start sewing. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for the support. I'm grateful. And like, and if you have any question, leave it in the comment section. Then if you want to know how to make the sleeve, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see the number of people that are interested, and I'll drop a video about the sleeve. All right now.